Emily, thank you for coming in for this little meeting. I didn't let you know beforehand, but this will be a disciplinary meeting. Okay, you can't do that, Karen. If it's a disciplinary meeting, I need notice. Emily, I do not have time for you to come at me with your fake rules and regulations. Yeah, that very fake national employment law. Anyway, let's get started. Do you remember when we hired you, Emily? And all of the things you agreed as an employee of the pub? What were they? Okay, as much as I'd love to be in here for 2 hours going through every possible thing I could have done wrong that you've made up in your head, why don't you just tell me what your problem is, Karen? Employer to employee, just talk to me with a little bit of respect. Maybe we can work through this issue. I don't have high hopes though. I would just like to remind you, Emily, that when we took you on, you told us that your availability was full-time. Do you remember that? Do I remember? Of course I remember that, Karen. You didn't give me full-time hours for months. I was on maybe 16 a week, and then suddenly you were giving me 80, and it was getting ridiculous. Well, see, this is what I mean, Emily. Like, you can't be angry with us giving you 80 hours when you explicitly said you were full-time. Full-time is 40, Karen. 40. Not 80. Not any of the other random numbers you've made up in your head. 40. See, again, making up these rules and regulations, why would full-time only be 40 hours, Emily? Full-time is full-time. Fully flexible, 24/7. Obviously. There's no one over there. What? So, moving forward, Emily, if we're giving you 80 hours, I don't expect to be hearing you complaining, okay? You promised us full-time availability. Okay. How many hours do you work a week, Karen? That's none of your business, Emily. I am your manager now. Get back on the floor. We're done with this meeting, okay? Goodbye, goodbye. That's what I thought. 40 a week it is, Karen. Emily, no, full time. Yeah, exactly. 40. Okay, Emily, I'm pleased to tell you we're going to offer you the minimum wage position. Oh, that's great. I'm very excited. It's going to be great. I can't wait to start. You could show a little more enthusiasm. I'm giving you a minimum wage job in a very busy, stressful environment. Woo! Okay, so tomorrow when you come back in for your first shift, I'm gonna need you to bring your passport, your driver's license, your birth certificate, a bill, your mother's maiden name and all of her information, as well as the deed to your house, the deed to your car, and your firstborn son. Okay, sure, I can get all of that except for the birth certificate. I don't have one. You have to have a birth certificate, Emily. Oh no, I understand. So I did have one. Unfortunately, there was a fire and it got lost. So I don't actually have one. You can't work without a birth certificate, Emily. No, trust me, it's fine. It's completely legal. It will just be that I have every other document but the birth certificate. But it's perfectly legal for me to work on my passport and my driver's license. Emily, payroll needs your birth certificate. You won't get paid. You can work, but you won't get paid. Well, no, I will get paid because it's completely legal. Like, it's not a problem, Karen. Everyone else that has ever worked here has provided me with a birth certificate, so why would you be special? Because everyone else probably still had their birth certificate. I don't have mine. That's what I'm trying to let you know. But everyone else has a birth certificate, so why should you be any different? Because everyone else still has their birth certificate. I just don't have mine anymore. I don't know. I just don't think payroll are going to be very happy with this. So we're just going to need to... You're just going to have to carry on working, or unpaid. Yeah, unpaid. And then we'll get to payday and we'll see what payroll says about the birth certificate thing. But I'm sure they're going to say no. Well, no, then I probably just won't take the job, Karen. Emily, you should be thankful I'm giving you this minimum wage position. For no money. It's not minimum wage. It's no wage. Emily, we have a big problem. This is an email from one of our most loyal vendors, okay? It says that we have not paid the invoices for the last 3 months. So they're cutting their ties with us. We don't have a vendor anymore for any of our food, Emily. Oh shit, yeah, that is a problem. I'm curious as to why it's my problem, though. Oh. I made you responsible for the invoices, Emily. When? It was months ago. We spoke about it on the phone. No, we did not. I know full well if I was taking on any additional responsibility, I want that written in someone's blood. Emily, I understand you being a bit scatterbrained and forgetting, okay? But this is unacceptable. It is unacceptable. But I'm not in charge of the invoices. Why would you have an entry-level employee be in charge of invoicing? I just expected that you could handle the responsibility, Emily. Guess I was wrong. Do you know what? You wanted to offset labor to staff you don't have to pay anymore. That's totally fine. Just own it, please. And don't lie after the fact to make me feel like I just lost our food vendor. It's a big mistake from you, isn't it? So when did you realize how badly of a up this was? When I saw the email this morning. And when did you decide to blame it on me? About 3 seconds later.